Today I want to talk about something feels so deeply in my heart. The part of the healing that nobody warns us about, how it can be so exhausting and lonely at the same time. What it feels like to live inside this process, especially when most of the people around you can't really understand what you're going through. And if you're here, I just want you to know that I know how you feel. This journey is so intense. Because from the outside, it literally looks like you do nothing. People can't see the night you couldn't fall asleep. They can't see you lying in your bed and going over the same conversation again and again, trying to understand why that bothered you so much, trying to figure out whether you were triggered or whether there's something deeper was touched. And they can't see you replaying the same moments from different angle, what they say, how you feel, and why this feels so familiar. And they can't see you asking yourself the question like, why this keep happening in my relationship? And why can't I express myself exactly how I feel? And why do I freeze when they say that? And they certainly cannot see you're tracing back to the old memory, to the first time you learned to shrink yourself, to make yourself small. And they can't see you tracing back the moment you learned being yourself was not safe. And they can't see how long it takes just to sit with those thoughts, not distracting yourself, not running away, just sit with those thoughts and trying to understand, trying to not repeating the same pain. And it's just so exhausting and lonely because your whole world is rearranging and nobody can see that. That's the work. And sometimes it just feels like everyone around you is chasing career, chasing relationship, and you're still here trying to heal something that most of the people don't willing to even look at. And so you start just to ask yourself why it can be so heavy and why this is taking so long, and why can't I just live like everyone else? And I know that feeling so well, man. And this is where the exhaustion comes from, because this kind of work can only be done by yourself. Not because you want to isolate yourself, but because nobody else can feel the feelings for you. Nobody else can sit with your emotions for you. And healing happens in silence. So you start to spend a lot of time alone with yourself, in your room, in your thoughts, in your body. And slowly, all of your energy just go into this work, into regulating your nervous system, into staying honest, into not trying to stay numb. And you're constantly choosing healing over avoidance. You're constantly choosing awareness over reaction. You're constantly choosing yourself, and that costs energy. So sometimes there's nothing left. There's no energy to talk, to connect the way you used to be. Not because you don't care, but because all of your energy is going to this work. And when all of your energy goes into surviving this process, I think that's where the loneliness begins, because people can hear your story, but they cannot fully resonate with it. They can hear what you're saying, but they cannot feel the weight. And it really requires someone to really walk on this path to understand it, and I am in it too. And you know what happened during this process is you start to outgrow everyone. You start to outgrow your old environment. You start to outgrow your old friend group. You start to outgrow the life you were living before. But at the same time, you haven't met the people who can match you yet. Your life does not magically just turns into the version of yourself that's changing inside. So you're in this in between, in this transition. You can see a brighter future, you can feel it, but it's just not here yet. And I think that's why I think you're amazing because to be able to walk on this path, I think it requires so much courage because it requires you to have the courage to keep going without proof. It requires you to have the courage to not running back to something it's familiar because it's just comfortable. It requires you to keep choosing yourself. And if you're here right now, feeling exhausting and so tiring and so alone, I want you to know that I see you. I see how amazing you are for choosing to do this work. And even it doesn't, you cannot feel it because it's not visible. It's not like someone's gonna clap for you, say, wow, look at you, look at how much you heal. But I just wanted to say, look back, look at yourself. 1 year ago, you might not even aware of these patterns. And 3 months ago, you might not even know why you feel the way you did at all. But you're here. You're here. You're conscious. You're honest. You're willing to see. And that matters. And I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. Even when it's invisible sometimes. Even when it feels so slow sometimes. But it just, I see you and you're doing such an amazing job. And lately, I've been realizing something. I have been doing this work and carry all of this alone by myself over a year now. And I just realized that, yeah, there's some part of this journey we're meant to do it alone, but at some point, it just becomes so heavy. Not because we're weak, but because we're human. So I don't think we are meant to carry this all alone forever. And sometimes we just need, and sometimes we don't need solution, we don't need more advice, we just need to know that someone somewhere else in this world is feeling the same exhaustion, is asking the same question, and is still trying to, keep choosing themselves and keep going. And I just want you to know that somehow through this screen we met. I found you, you found me, and you're not alone in this. We're doing this together. And maybe this video is not only for you, it's also for the people who try to understand you. Just send this to your family, to your friends, to a friend that you grow distance from, not to convince or prove anything, just to say, this is what I've been going through, this is what my day actually looks like, this is why I've been quiet. And if you're here, I just wish this video make you feel less alone and make you feel seen a little bit more. And you're not alone, and I think you're doing incredibly good, and you're so brave, and you're such an amazing soul for choosing this. This is the space between us. It's a space where we have honest conversation about our life, especially when the old world and when the old system does not fit us anymore. And if you feel cold, just share your experience in the comment section or join this tribe, join this community, and we're doing this work together. And you're such an amazing soul. I see you. And I see you in the next one. Bye bye.